Love stories have a unique magic. They grow quietly at first, almost unnoticed. Nestled in the little moments that make up our everyday lives. Today, I'll share how you, yes you, can transform your own history into a romance story worth telling, a story that blossoms not just on pages or screens, but in your heart. This is not about fairy tales but about the real, raw, beautiful patterns of love that unfold when we least expect them. Imagine the life you've lived up to now, the days full of routine, challenges, laughter, and maybe a touch of loneliness. Somewhere in that history lies the seed of something extraordinary. The first step in editing your story to reveal romance is embracing these moments honestly. Instead of erasing hardships, recognize them as part of the intricate tapestry. They show resilience, the strength that colors love with depth. Don't rush the process. Editing your history is like tending a garden. You nurture the connections, the conversations, the shared glances, and even the silence that speaks volumes. Patience is the hidden key. Sometimes love doesn't appear in grand gestures but in a smile exchanged over morning coffee or a supportive word during a tough day. These slices of life are where romance quietly grows. SFX, clock_ticking, to next, think about your protagonist you. Yes, the leading role is yours. In stories, protagonists often evolve, learning and opening their hearts anew. Your romance story isn't just about meeting someone special. It is about rediscovering yourself in the dance of love. Editing your history means highlighting moments that reveal your growth, your hopes, and the courage it takes to trust again. Serendipity plays its part, too. Some of the best love stories start when you're not looking, when chance meetings or unexpected friendships turn into something much more. Keep your eyes open for those subtle signs. That familiar barista with a kind smile. The colleague who shares your favorite book. Or the stranger who pauses to help when you're struggling. These encounters often plant the seeds of romance. When we revisit our history, it's easy to fixate on what went wrong. Editing means gently rewriting those scenes to focus on lessons learned rather than regrets held. Every misstep and heartbreak paved the way for wisdom and the readiness to love more deeply. Picture it this way. Each challenge you faced was a chapter preparing you for the one where love truly takes center stage. SFX, page_turning, 3 now, let us talk about emotional honesty. True romance flourishes when vulnerability is welcomed, not feared. It's okay to admit uncertainty, to express desires and fears alike. Editing your story means giving these emotions a voice instead of burying them. Share your feelings authentically with those you trust. This openness invites connection and trust, creating a fertile ground for romance to grow. Another essential part is the power of forgiveness, both towards others and yourself. Carrying old wounds or grudges can cloud your view of love's possibilities. Consider the idea that forgiving is not forgetting but choosing peace over pain. In your story, healing chapters bring light to past shadows, allowing new love to step in with warmth and hope. SFX, soft_wind_chimes, for visualize the moments you want to cherish forever. Maybe it's a quiet walk where words weren't needed, a shared meal filled with laughter, or a hand held tightly during a scary moment. Editing means focusing on these gems and letting them shine. When you recount your history, highlight these sparks. They are the heartbeat of your romance. Romance also thrives in small acts of kindness. Think about how daily gestures can tell a love story without uttering a single word. A gentle touch, a thoughtful message, or simply making time to truly listen. These details breathe life into the narrative, turning ordinary days into chapters filled with connection and care. Remember, your story is designed not just to capture past moments but to inspire future ones. Editing your history to emphasize romance is about creating a template for new experiences, ones where hope, trust, and devotion guide your steps forward. It's proof that love can be shaped and reshaped, evolving always just like you do. SFX, heart_beat, 3 sometimes sharing your story with others can be transformative. Confiding in a friend, writing in a journal, or even speaking aloud to yourself can illuminate patterns and possibilities you hadn't noticed before. This act of storytelling can reveal wishes and dreams tucked deep inside, waiting to be nurtured. As your narrative unfolds, embrace imperfections, the unique quirks that make your story irresistibly yours. Romance in real life isn't flawless, it's messy, colorful, unpredictable, and profoundly beautiful because it's human. Accepting this allows you to enjoy the journey without the weight of unrealistic expectations. You may wonder, can a romance really bloom amid challenges like busy schedules, past heartbreak, or doubts? The answer is a heartfelt yes. Real love often arrives dressed in everyday clothes, facing obstacles side by side. It's the kind that makes you stronger, that celebrates perseverance and small victories. SFX, rain_falling_softly, 5 Here is a secret. Editing your history isn't about erasing the past to create fantasy. It's about weaving your truth into a story filled with hope and tenderness. When you do this, you invite love not as an idealized dream but as a living, breathing presence in your life. Imagine looking back years from now, reading your own story and feeling a warm glow inside. Seeing how laughter and tears, failures and triumphs, doubts and discoveries all led you to a love that feels real and sustaining. That is the romance worth telling. Let us hold on to that hope today. Know that your history, with all its twists and turns, can be the soil from which a beautiful romance grows. It's never too late to edit your story to include not only past memories but future promises, whispered softly between your heartbeats. SFX, soft_piano_notes, 4 inches closing. The journey to transform your history into a romance is deeply personal and perfectly imperfect. It asks you to be patient, brave, and kind to yourself and others. It invites you to see love not just as a destination but as a series of meaningful moments that sparkle with possibility. So take a breath, look back with gentle eyes, and begin to weave the story you wish to tell, a story where love, in all its quiet and powerful forms, finds a home within you. Because in the end, the greatest romance is the one that grows from the beautiful, authentic life you've already lived and the life you have yet to dream. SFX, soft_breeze, 3 Thank you for opening your heart to this story. Remember, your love story is waiting to be written every single day. Now, as we continue this journey of transforming your history into a romance, consider the role of perspective. Often, the way we view our past colors the story we tell ourselves and others. Shifting that perspective can reveal moments brimming with untapped tenderness and possibility. What once felt like a missed opportunity might instead become a lesson in patience. What seemed like a heartbreak may be a doorway to vulnerability. Imagine standing before a mirror, not just seeing your reflection but witnessing the many facets of your past, the joys, the sorrows, the quiet moments that together create a rich, textured story. This is the mirror where true editing begins. Gently ask yourself, which parts of my history do I want to highlight? Which moments will become the chapters where love took root, even if just beneath the surface? SFX, soft_chimes, 3 We often avoid revisiting old memories because they stir uncomfortable feelings. But by embracing them with compassion, you can rewrite your inner narrative to focus on healing and growth. For instance, if you remember a time when you felt alone, try to recall what you learned about your own strength or capacity for kindness during that period. These reflections don't erase pain, they honor it and give it meaning, transforming your history into a source of empowerment for your romantic path. Consider the dialogue in your story, both the conversations with loved ones and the ones you have with yourself. Editing includes tuning into the words spoken and unspoken, the silences filled with longing or reassurance. Words have the power to shape emotions. Think of how you might reframe past dialogues to reveal the care and connection that sometimes went unnoticed. This small change can shift the energy of your narrative from regret to understanding. SFX, gentle_rain. For another transformative tool is imagination, the gift that lets you envision the romance you desire, even while honoring your history. Picture the scenes you wish could happen or those you hope to create. What does that version of your story look like? Who is in it? How do you feel? Let your mind paint vivid pictures of love's possibilities, blending them with the reality of your past. This imaginative editing nurtures hope and prepares your heart for new chapters filled with warmth and trust. In your story, don't overlook the power of forgiveness toward yourself. We all carry moments where we wished we acted differently or felt unworthy of love. Editing with kindness means releasing harsh judgments and embracing yourself as a worthy protagonist, deserving of tenderness. When you offer yourself this gift, it opens the door for others to see and cherish your true essence too. SFX, soft_piano_note. 2. Weaving gratitude into your narrative is another gentle and powerful edit. Think back to the people, moments, and even challenges that, despite difficulties, contributed to your growth and capacity to love. Expressing gratitude doesn't minimize pain, rather, it highlights the resilience and beauty that have emerged. When you focus on gratitude, your story glows with light, inviting a future filled with compassionate love to unfold. The rhythm of your story matters as well. Life doesn't progress in a straight line but in waves, moments of passion, calm, excitement, and reflection. When you edit, consider the pacing of your romance. Where might you slow down to savor gentle connections? When might you speed up to embrace exciting new possibilities? This flow creates a dynamic and enthralling narrative, mirroring the natural pulses of love. SFX, heartbeat_soft. 3. Remember, every love story has its supporting characters. In your history, there might be friends who offered quiet support, family members who taught you about care, or even strangers who showed unexpected kindness. Including these characters richly enhances your narrative, showing how love extends beyond romantic relationships and builds a foundation of trust and warmth. As you edit, don't shy away from expressing the dreams and hopes that have sprung up over time. These aspirations light the way forward and make the story feel alive. Maybe you dream of shared adventures, cozy evenings, or a partner who understands your silences. Speak these dreams aloud or write them down, giving your story a direction infused with optimism and longing. SFX, pages_flipping. 3. If you're tempted to rewrite your history to fit a perfect image or predictable outcome, pause and reflect. Real romance is beautifully imperfect. It includes missteps, growth, and sometimes surprises that challenge expectations. Allow your story to be authentic and raw, showing how love in all its forms is transformative precisely because it is real. The everyday moments, those quiet exchanges over a cup of tea, spontaneous laughter, or simply a reassuring presence are the heartbeat of your romance story. Highlight these in your editing. Let them shine like stars in your narrative night sky. Small yet brilliant beacons guiding you toward a love rooted in shared humanity. SFX, campfire_crackling. For trust also plays a vital role in your story's transformation. Building and rebuilding trust takes time and openness. When revisiting your history, emphasize moments where trust was earned or deepened, no matter how small. These are the glue that can hold a romance together through challenges and change. As you continue this adventure of reimagining your history, remember to be gentle with yourself. Changing internal narratives is a process, one that requires kindness, patience, and courage. Celebrate each insight and revelation as a step closer to the romance your heart is ready to embrace. SFX, rainbow_sound. 2. One powerful way to anchor this new narrative is through ritual. You might light a candle as you reflect, write a letter to your future self, or create a small symbol that embodies your hopes for romance. These actions help solidify your commitment to this transformed story and keep your heart open to the possibilities ahead. It's also helpful to find anchors in the present, people, places, or activities that remind you of love's presence. Maybe it's the laughter of friends, the comfort of your favorite park bench, or the warmth of a shared meal. These anchors root your story in real moments of joy and connection, making the romance you envision feel immediate and tangible. SFX, footsteps _on_ gravel. 3. Never forget that romantic love is intertwined with self-love. Editing your history involves nurturing the relationship you have with yourself, honoring your needs, celebrating your strengths, and compassionately tending to your wounds. This foundation is essential because the way you love yourself sets the tone for how others will love you. Imagine your story as a living book constantly evolving. Each day, each encounter, each whisper of hope adds a new paragraph, a fresh line of poetry. By consciously choosing which parts of your history to emphasize and how to frame them, you become the author of a romance that grows richer over time, a love story that is both a tribute to your past and a promise for your future. SFX, soft_wind. 3. So, start now by recalling a memory where love flickered quietly. Frame it with tenderness and let it illuminate the pages of your life. Then, carry that light forward. Knowing your history is not a limitation but a beautiful foundation. Your romance isn't merely a dream. It's a living narrative waiting for your gentle edits to flourish into the love story you deserve. Thank you for journeying deeper into this story with me. May your days be filled with the kind of love that nurtures, surprises, and transforms. One wonderful moment at a time. SFX, birdsong_.